Okay, let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So we have completely learned the verb system. Now we will review that one. So after that, to the noun system, we can go. So today, so repetition for verb system. Actually, we have already learned those verb termination like the past tense. So present tense. Present tense is D and D. So si, ta, mi, ma in this way. And then future tense. So future tense is a D, is and D, is a C, is a ta. So is a mi, is a ma. Okay. And then now the imperative move. So imperative move also connect with the present tense imperative termination. So here this one is passé, this is a number singular, and this one is plural. So that person is in the present tense, do and do. D and D hitamima, but here, so do and do. And then he and ta. So in the past person singular. So me and the ma in this way. And also now, so past 10. So actually past 10. So past 10 and singular and then so plural. So that basin is so E or E, and then for plural you see O, and then aimsu, and then amsu. And then for the second part same, so O or E, and then here so eta, And then first person is actually so aim, but so actually in this way can be understood. So and then here also a ma or a ma in this way. That is past tense. And then now for the optative, the last one, because optative system is a little bit, branches. So that is a little bit varied. So for the that base actually, so yeah, uh, and also a, and then so yeah. Okay, we have already explained, and then yo, and then yo, and second person singular is so ac, but ac, and also yasi. Okay. Mm. And then so eata, and then eta, and then iata. And then now first person singular. So eami and emi and iami. So for the past person plural, eama, and then ema, and then iyama. So in this way, three types. So that is a little bit vary. We have already explained widely. So now these all of so all of these, but or Babel termination. So whenever we get the one root or one base, so we should understand, we should, practice with these all. And so for example here, four types of bases. So with these four types of bases, okay, for the R or R, and then, for example, among these, R, so, gacha, so like the gacha D, and then gacchandi, and then so gacchasi, so gacchata, and then so gacchami, and finally so gacchama. So in this way, that is present tense, you see. So present tense. And then the future tense also, why not for the future tense also we should like gache sati, and then so gache sandi, so gache sasi, and then gache sata, so gache sami, and then so gache sama. Okay. For the present tense and for the future tense, and also for the imperative, also like the gacha do, so gachan do, and so gacha, so gacha he, so gacha ta, and then so gacha me, and then so gacha ma in this way. So whenever we find a new verb or new root, so in this or in the present tense like this, in the future tense like this, so in this way we should try to build verb form. So but later at the time, you will be familiar with that. So at the time you don't need to. But for the beginner, so that way it's better to be familiar with the verb system. Okay, now imperative, and then now past tense. So past tense, uh, okay, actually, so past tense is like this. So, gachi, agechi, and then gachi, agechi, and then so gacho, agacho, maybe so gachem so instead of gacho. And then so past tense, second past tense singular also like the uh, gachi, agechi, and then plural is gacheta, agacheta, and then so past tense singular is gache, agache, and the past tense plural is gache, ma, and the gache ma, agache ma. So in this way, so we should practice at the time we will be skillful at the verb. We will be familiar with these verb system. So that means by doing like that, when we read the original text, when we see such a verb form, oh, this one is past tense, or this one is imperative, this one is optative. So in this way, we can understand easily. Now, present, past, future, imperative, and the now optative. So, gachi, and the so kachiya. So kachi yo and then kachi. So kachiya, kachi yo, and then kachiya si. So kachiya ta, and then kachi ta, and then so kachiya mi, and kachi yama, and the kachi ma. So in this way, that is optative bar. So now with the root gam, so in this way, how we can practice. And also, even these are, verb termination, but we are forming the those gerund are also, we have already learned that. For example, so gerund is like the gan doa, maybe gache doa, okay, and then so infinitive is so gan do, so gachi do, and then so past participle is gada, and then so present participle is gachant, and then so gacha mana and gachana, like that. Whenever we find such a one verb, so we should practice with all verb system. And then now future passive uh, is like the gandaba and the so gamaniya. So by adding the those suffix. So that is how to say a lexical system or dictionary system. So when we find so root word in the dictionary, so at that time dictionary also some possible form in this way they provide, but not all root. Some specific form in dictionary, but for us, so for example, when we check in the dictionary, so for example, the verb gachati. The verb gachati, so see firstly gachati, maybe after that you see some verb form. But here not provided, but some root especially, so they for example, maybe karoti. So karoti, uh, yeah. So you see here karoti is irregular in this root card, but So imperfect is akara. Okay, leave it that one. So it's here always that is past tense, again or akare and the akasi and the akata. So akarensu, akansu. So in this way, in the imperative karohi and karota and future tense here karesami and also kasami also and kasan and kahami and the infinitive kado. So in this way, positive form. So but the dictionary is dictionary function. Some those what with the reference in this way, you see, somewhat, for example, again, so agree, etc. We can find in the certain nipata in this way with the reference or the that person singular. But so now we are practicing way taking that way. So in this way, all the form available form. So in this way, we can do it. So now these are one of the simple verb ending in the a. So like the gacha, okay. But the other one like the butch or bonja also we can do it in this way. Okay, now let's go to the, those who ending in the R base. So actually suna. So for the present tense is the same actually. Not so complicated like the suna di and then sunan di and so on. So etc. Okay. And then now a future tense. Future tense is like the sune sati and then no sune sandi and so on. Okay. And then imperative also. So suna do and then so sunan do and then suna or sunahi. So and so on. And then so present, future, imperative, now past, so past tense. So past tense is actually instead of the suni, asuni. So we have already explained suni, asuni, and then so sunen su, asunen su, from the root or from the base, the same, but from the root. So we will have like the associate and then so associate associate so associate and then associate ma or associate ma. And this is a special one also we can find there. So such a special one we can practice in this is. And then for this one also, for the gerund, like the, so dua, and then sune dua, so do, or su ni dong. So this one is infinitive. Okay. And then past participle. So past participle is su da. And then su ni da. And also present participle. Present participle is su nant. And then, so su na ma na. Not su na ma na. Su na ma na. Long one becomes short. And the other possible form is su na na. So in this way. And then, so for the future participle, so da ba. And then, so su ni da ba. But the other one is, and for the ania is sawaniya. Sawaniya in this way can be. Okay, and then with the or base, okay. So now with the R ending, with the or ending, also actually, so garo. So for the present tense, like a garo di, and then the other one is like a garo do, not so special. And then so gare sati in that order. So gare sati and the garo do. Okay. Garo do. But in the past tense, so here present and future and the imperative. So, but here in the past tense, so we can see the formal form is, akari. Okay. And then akarimsu. And then kari akari, karimsu akarimsu. And then the other one, instead of karo, kari akari. And then karita akarita. And then so karin akarin. And then so garima agrima and the garima agrima and so on. But now special one is like the uh a akasi and then akaso, maybe akasemsu, and then akasi, and then akaseta, akase, oh, so akasi, akaso, akasensu, one more form, akamsu also. Akase, and then so akase ma or akase ma in this way. That is special one for the root guard. So the other ones are not so special. And then now for the A group. So A group is for this root guard for the gerund, etc. Also like the cat doa, and then great doa, and then gato, and also gato, maybe garito, but garito is not so common. And then past participle is gata, and the present participle is garont. And then so guru mana with the mana, and then garana, not garo mana. And then so gadaba, and also gadaba, and then so garaniya, like a gamaniya in this way. And we should do. And then now the last one. So the last one is a DC. Okay. So DC also like a, DCD and D6, D, DC, do. So the other ones are the same. That is DCD, DCD, DCC, DCTA are the same. That is one short form. Only the past form that was in singular. DC2. And then past tense is RDC. Also, or RD, sorry, not RDC, RDCC. Also. Now, past tense is a little bit special. So now DC, yeah, DC, and so on. So for this one, for the optative verb also, I like so we have some special one, root guard, sorry. Root, so for the optative verb, Gariya, Gari, and then Gayira, and also Gariyo, and Gayiro, and then Gariyasi. So Garisi, and then Gayirasi, and then Gariyata. So Garita, and then Gayirata, and then Gariyami, Garimi, then Gayirami. So Gariyama, Garima, and then so Gayirama. So in this way, little bit complicated. So with the three vowel termination for the root guard, Yami, Amy, Iami, like that, Rami, and so on. So, but for the DC is not like that, very simple. That is when DC, yeah. And this is a DC D, this is a D, DC do, DC, yeah. Okay. But for the past tense, so, R, D, C, and then C. So, sa is inserted. R, D, C, C. R, D, C, so, or R, D, C, same, su, aim, su. And then R, D, C, C, second person singular. And then, so second person plural, R, D, C, ta. And then first person singular, R, D, C, sing, R, D, C, say ma, or R, D, C, say ma, in this way. So, and also for the gerund, etc., are also like just decidor and decido and decida and decent, and then desea mana, and then desi ba. Okay, now, so we don't have the descent here, only desi ba. So in this way. So by doing like this, we can be familiar with all rules, all verb form especially. So that is what, when we read, whenever we find new verb, so in this way we should try to learn. But later we will be so skillful at that way at the time, so not necessary to do that verb for the first one. Maybe some of them also are doing like that. And then at the time you can find, so after doing that, you can check your, so practice your exercise in the dictionary or something like that. And also when some verb are like a root R's or irregular, also we can find. But so not so many. Irregular verbs are not so many. Such a verb we can find in the dictionary also. Some verb we could not understand. Okay. So this one is we are forming those verb in this way. For that one also we have already explain widely, completely. So now just for revision. Okay, so now here all those verb termination. Now to form the verb. So firstly, mostly, so to the root. So by adding the conjugation as sign, so at the time we will have the verb base. Okay, so that verb base also, if we don't know, we can check in the dictionary somewhat like a maybe rounded D or bounded D. So at the time, such it, all the verb with the present tense, that person singular are provided in the dictionary. So if we remove this D, so ronda is verb based, like a ronda. After that, by adding these D and D, sita, mima, do and do, hita, mim, or is a D, is a D, is a C, is a ta, is a mi, is a ma. So common form, we can do it. Common form. So not complicated. So, and then now for the these gerund or infinitive or present participle or past participle. So we have not learned yet detail, only how they are formed. So we learned. So actually, in Pali, so verb system, at the very beginning also I introduced. So just to recall, a verb system in Pali. So mainly two parts. So gerund verbs, or sorry, independent verb or main verb. So those di and di sita mi ma, or do and do hita mi ma. So the verb ending in those verb termination, like the present tense, imperative, optative, future tense, past tense, those are main verb. Okay, they will not be changed, only based on their passing number, they will be changed, but not cannot be the other change not happen there. But dependent verb, okay, so dependent verb is like after the base by adding the doa, do, and the so it as anda, mana, and so on. So that independent verb also we can now briefly we can review that. Okay, so one is main verb or the independent verb. So main verbs are like so ending in the D, and D, and so on. And then, so dependent verb. So dependent verbs are, and then like so doa, and the do, and so on. So among them also, actually, so the other, these dependent verb, also two parts. So, so declinable dependent verb. Okay, sorry. So the dependent verb can be divided into two groups. So one is a declinable dependent verb. Also indeclinable is fast should be. Indeclinable dependent verb, they are like so ending in the doa and the do. So in declining, I mean they never change. For example, gandoa, all the time gandoa, never change, and the gandong, okay, only that form in the sentence. So gandoa, gando, and the gaddoa, gaddo, gado. So directly in the sentence we can use. But the other one is declinable. So declinable dependent verb. Even though they are partially verb, they are verb, but so they can be changed like a uh get chant. And then so gada and the ganda ba and so on. These groups and the so because they never use in the sentence directly. For example, gachan. So in the sentence will be gachan do or gachan da. So gachan do is with the subject case, with the nominative case, singular. So that one is called the declinable, you see. So, like it's so the and the gachan do, gachan da, and the nominative case. So plural form. And also simply, so gachan dan, and then gachan di. So accusative case plural. Okay. And then here, so accusative case singular. So in this way we will use. They are declinable. They are so declinable actually. So to the other gada also we will not use in the sentence. That one will be gado or gada, gadang, gadi in this way. Okay. So with all cases later we will learn the T also. So gandaba also gandabo, gandaba, gandaban, gandabi. So in this way declinable. But one more important point we need to notice. So for example, one sentence. So so nagaran, so gachami. Okay. Nagaran gachami. So nagaran is object of the gachami. I go to the town. I go to the city, I go to the town. So maybe based on this, in the sentence, we can use that gachami. So instead of the gachami as a jaran, like a gandoa. So gandoa, because this one is coming from the root or coming from the verb. That is why it can have the object like this. Nagaran, gandoa. So that is when they are called the verb form. Okay, a part of verb. So having gone to the town. Okay. And also, so to, Nagaran, Kanto, so to go to the town like that. So that is, when we understand that point in the sentence, just place by place. Oh, this one is the object of the gerund. This one is the object of the infinitive. So in this way can be, understood. So that is why these are they are also like a dwa, do, and the kachan and da, mana, daba are also, a kind of the buff. So they can have their respective subject or respective object and a respective adverb and so on. So how they are connected in meaning based on their meaning in the sentence, and they will have the subject, object, verb, or adverb or time expression. So by understanding in this way, later when we analyze the sentence, firstly find out the main verb, after that find out the gerund, or after that find out the infinitive. So, and then main verb also will have its own subject and verb, or subject and object, or adverb, or time expression, or some. So gerund also can be, or infinitive also can be. So, and then the praise by praise. So later we can understand the meaning simply. So in this way. So that is why, firstly, verb system in this way we have learned now. So after that, later when we read the text also based on that verb, so sentence can be analyzed. And the whole sentence, even though maybe sentence too long, but based on the verb or one part, part by part, or place by place, we can understand the meaning also easily. So that is, we are reading the text or Pali text also. Okay, so today is just for a revision for the verb system. Now we finish. So is there any question?
Excuse me, Bande.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what should we do with the somewhat rarer verb forms like Hiyatani, Rauka, Kalatipati, and that so-called Atanopada, Pratapada? What should we do with these forms?
What do you mean?
Because in verb systems there are also some rarer forms.
Mm-hmm.
So, what should we kind of conjugate or or study these other forms?
Yeah, actually, so there, at the Nobeda or that the Hayadni or Brauka, those forms are, almost lost in Pali. So maybe some form rarely we can find. So that is why, for the beginner so for the grammar point, so we cannot, also actually we should not learn that one. But later we already familiar with that, prasabara or now we learn. So that one we already familiar with that at the time maybe by as the extension. So extensively we can learn that one also. But to my experience, actually not so necessary. Only in the grammar it is useful. For reading, only the like a yeah for the optative verb AN. So that AN is very common instead of the AYAMI. That one also, even though, I don't know, but so like the C and AN also AYAMI, but by dropping, by finding one or something like that. So they say explain. But so maybe at the time, based on the subject also, we can understand, oh, this one also passing or something like that. So that is why instead of learning detail them, so useful one firstly we should learn. So after that, so we should apply so for our daily reading. So at that time we may find such a the Asian form or such a the Adenobra form something. So at the time we can check, or so for that form also, especially in the dictionary, or some are also already provided, or such a way also like that. So if not,
Thank you,
we
Bande.
spend our time too much in grammar, especially we should read the text.
Right. Thank you, Bande. Yes,
Mhm.
I got it.
Okay, okay. Welcome, guy. Okay, so if no more question, so Let's stop here by saying sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sayada.
Welcome,
Thank you so much, Sayadaw.
welcome,
Thank you so much, Sayadaw.
welcome,
Thank you very much, Sarah. Good
welcome.
night and
Good
Suki
night.
Hotu, Sarah.
Okay, Suki Hotu.